Happy New Year, babies. Yeah, it's 2024. That's weird. Like, when the ball dropped and I realized it was 2024, I was like, part of me was like, this means nothing. And then the other part of me was like, this is so profound. Yeah, oh my goodness. I feel like every time I get on here, I'm like, there's so many things that I want to talk about. But then at the same time, I'm like, blank. I feel like I prepared myself a little more this time. Except for in the way that I haven't eaten. So I just made myself a quick smoothie because I might die if I don't drink it. So hold on one sec. Sorry, not sorry. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see that I have a cute new little setup here, which actually is something I want to talk about. The fact that I forget that not everyone watches this on YouTube and some of you just listen. So my apologies if the people who are just listening to audio don't know what I'm talking about sometimes, because yeah, it's just like I forget that I have to talk as if you guys are only listening, kind of, pretty much. However, I will say I am a very expressive person, so you might enjoy YouTube better. I'm not sure. I guess everyone's different. I'm a big YouTube girly. Even though, honestly, I'm really not that big of a YouTube girl. I feel like there are people who, watch YouTube way more than me. But I guess in the sense of, sorry, I feel out of breath. I don't know why. Let me take a breather. I feel like I do this every time I, start, chatting, and then I'm like, hold on, let me just take a second. I kind of had a meltdown right before this too, so that could be what's happening here. I'll get into that in a bit, but okay. So yeah, in the sense of podcasts, I really, really like watching them on YouTube. All the podcasts that I named, I watch them on YouTube. Yeah, sometimes when I'm driving, I guess I'll put something on, but I love seeing, just literally seeing with my eyes, people's facial expressions, and especially when someone's interviewing someone, I love seeing the dynamic and the chemistry between two people. Yeah, I think it just I just literally slapped my mic by accident. Yeah, it just makes me appreciate, I think, the podcaster more, if that makes sense. I'm sucking this smoothie down. I'm on a time restraint, which is why I'm drinking the smoothie and doing this at the same time. Because maybe some of you are like, why didn't you just drink it first and then do it? Well, because I only have an hour and then I have to leave to be somewhere. And I was honestly should I even make the smoothie? Because I'm going to a New Year's Day dinner. But I need it. I think I would pass out. I've literally never passed out, so probably wouldn't pass out. But I do get lightheaded if I don't eat enough or drink enough water sometimes. But yeah, I really hope you guys, if you're just listening, I hope that you check out my YouTube channel. That would make me really happy. And especially this episode, because I just feel like I just hung a shelf, put a hanging plant. It's fake. But yeah, just a few different little new things that I'm really happy about. But I literally almost pretty much lost my hanging the shelf. So realizing I have maybe a little bit of like a anger problem. Like, I don't know if this is new or if I'm just realizing it now, but like, I get really frustrated when things don't work out. Like, the way that I feel like it should have. Like, to me, hanging that shelf should have been the easiest thing I did today. Honestly, easier than recording this. Like, I don't understand like what happened. So, I've literally hung so many shelves in my apartment, and I don't necessarily do it the right way, but I get it done, and you know. Dude, saying some things out loud, like when I hear myself say it, it's just like, I'm so ridiculous. Yeah, I almost never do it right, but it works. I'm actually like literally like staring at a shelf from here, and from this angle it looks crooked, which is like probably accurate. But yeah, I don't know, like, so I usually just use like a screwdriver, but I had borrowed a friend's oh my gosh, what is it called? Drill? Yeah, drill. And power drill. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I mean, it'll make my life easier, so I'll just use it. Like, I had borrowed it for something else. Oh, I had borrowed it to put this desk back together, actually. So I was like, oh, I still have it. Like, I'll just use it. Tell me why it made my life harder. Huh? Like, yeah. I guess, like, when things, like, in my head, when things, like, just feel like they should just be, like, so easy, and, like, shit goes wrong, I'm just like, what the F? Like, why? Like, I don't, yeah, there's something there, I'm sure. I don't really know what, and I don't really care right now, but, oh my gosh, yeah, it, like, I, like, kind of spiraled, I'm not gonna lie, like, bad. Yeah, and, like, taking it out on others, and just, like, not good. So I was honestly not even sure if I should do this right now. Like, yeah, it was tough because I'm like, I just started to get like in a super like bad mood, honestly. And I'm like, how am I going to get on there when, like, again, if you're watching, like, I'm a very like expressive person with my face. And probably even like maybe even close people to me like don't know this, but like, well, I don't know if they do, but when I'm in a bad mood, like when I'm alone and I'm in a bad mood, like I just shut like down. Like my face does not, like, I look miserable, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not usually the type to like bring that with me if I like if I have to be somewhere or something. I can, I guess, kind of like put on a face. Because I don't know. I just don't like spreading that like energy and like, or even like having attention on me like in that way. But when I'm alone, like, forget it. Like, if anyone was like to see me, they'd be like, oh shoot. Like, and now that I think about it, I think some of my friends have seen me like that. But I'm just like, how am I gonna like record this podcast today? Like, I literally just felt horrible, honestly. And I was like, okay, I could get on there and just like, yeah, just like put it on. But that just felt so like inauthentic. And I feel like this podcast is like literally about being authentic and like, yeah. Anyway, I was like so back and forth with it. It's like, I'm not going to record today. And then I'm like, oh, I guess I'll try. And then like, yeah, kept going back and forth. Looked at the time and realized, okay, I do have some time before I have to be somewhere. So let me just like send it. By the way, the other day, it just like hit me that send it was like such a big thing to say a few years ago. Do you guys remember that? I feel like it's like a certain type of people. So maybe not everyone would remember that, but I do. and I loved saying it so much. Full Send. Full Send was my fave. Honestly, I feel like we need to bring it back. Yeah. I said it. You heard it here first, peeps. Like, Full Send in 2024. For real. I'm not even, like, kidding. Like, we're doing it, guys. There's, like, no more time to waste. You hear me? There's no more time to waste. This is the year. Okay. I understand that everyone's on a different journey. I'm just trying to be, like, encouraging. So don't, like, force yourself to do things that you're not ready for. But, like, take that step. It's time. Like, I know you know what I'm talking about. Whoever's listening, yeah, you. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. That thing? Yeah, that thing. It's time, baby girl. It's time, baby boy. Like, full stop, period. The end. Woo! Bringing the heat right in the beginning of the video. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? There's some things. See, I'm getting happier. You can probably even tell. And I also knew that would happen too. I was like, okay, I could get on there, do my best, and like I'm sure I'll start feeling better. And it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. What's wrong with me? Wee! Yeah, okay, I'm excited now. Yeah, I'm excited because I'm thinking about 2024 and I'm thinking about my goals. Oh, dang it. That's what I wanted to do. I forgot. I made a vision board last night. Last night was New Year's Eve. And oh man, there's so much I could say. And it's like figuring out, like, should I say certain things? It's really interesting. And I also, I like when, like, the video is just, like, fluid. Like, I don't really like cutting things out. So, yeah, that's why sometimes I just, like, pause. I'm like, should I say that? All right. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, I'll say it. I did my vision board. And I thought, like, I would have been more excited doing it, but it kind of felt a little draining. I honestly think it's because I was, like, so tired, like, extremely tired. And because a couple other things that I am choosing not to say, but yeah, like, it, I don't know. It, like, I made a vision board from magazines. Like, I just, like, cut out some magazines. It's like, it was like a crafts project. And, like, it was like, what's it called? What are those? Scrapbook. Yeah, like a scrapbook. And it can, like, I don't know. It just felt like a little exhausting. I guess because I was just really looking for certain words, obviously, and sayings and whatever, you know? So I guess, like, I feel like maybe I used a lot of brain power. I don't know. And also earlier that day, me and Linda were talking about pretty deep stuff. So sometimes that's a little draining. But it's good. It's yeah. Yeah, so I was, like, pretty tired doing it, but I was very determined to finish it, like, because I really didn't want to, like, I don't know. My goal was to just make, like, a vision board on New Year's Eve and, like, have it done and ready for 2024, like, literally midnight last night. And I did. I had it done. I felt way better once it was done. But I was going to, like, somehow, like, put it behind me for those of you watching so you could, like, see, but maybe I'll post it actually on my Instagram. Which, if you haven't followed me, it's Settle Down for What Pod on Instagram. And from there, I think you can find, like, my personal page in the bio. Just B&G. And yeah, so super freaking excited about the vision board. It came out so cute. I'm like, okay, like, I got a little like artsy talent there. Like, it it felt very natural. And I was afraid that it was going to feel forced in a way. Like I didn't want to try too hard, because sometimes I can do that. Like if I know I really want to like do something, I'll put that pressure on myself and like try too hard, and then it just feels inauthentic and weird and like forced. And that wasn't the case at all. And I was so happy. And yeah, just like really, really encouraging words that I put on there, and like truths about me, and just like goals and like things, a vision like that I see for myself for 2024 and beyond. I'm really proud of myself. I don't think that's something I would have done like last year. I mean, no, I was out partying last year, but and there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, there was a part of me that was like, should I just go out? Like I was like literally gonna go out alone. Dead serious. I was thinking about it. I was like, why does that kind of sound fun to me? I don't know. But I was just like super exhausted yesterday, but I did make it till midnight. And it was sweet. So I'm just like, who do I want to be in 2024? Yeah, 2024. I didn't mean to say 24, but I guess you can say it like that, right? Well, not, can you? 24. Anyway, who do you want to be in 2024? That's something I wanted to ask my listeners, because I do think it's important. And you might be sitting there thinking, I don't know, maybe you think I'm being dramatic. I don't know. Maybe you think it's insignificant or unimportant that it's a new year. And that's okay. But I do want to challenge you, because for me, there is something really special about new things. Even like a new day, a new morning. Like there's a verse in the Bible that says like God's mercies are new every morning, and I really love that, because there's just I was going for a walk this morning, and I'm just like, wow, like new, like today is literally the first day of the new year. Like new year, new day, new morning, like new mercies, new like grace, new opportunities to work on yourself, opportunities to like think about yourself, opportunities to think about others, and opportunities to be kind. Like, I don't know. I'm just feeling so, what's the word? Inspired, maybe? I'm like currently going through something that I don't really want to share yet, but it's just really kind of like giving me that like that push that I've needed, I believe. And I'm feeling, I almost just got emotional, but I'm just feeling ready. I start a new job tomorrow, and I'm nervous, but I'm ready. And I'm starting this, what do I want to call it? Workout challenge. I want to call it something different, but it's not coming to me right now. In a week. And I'm nervous, but I'm ready. So I just think that's been a theme lately for me. Nervous but ready. And I think it's just so like, it's so real, because man, I hate cliches. I really do. But then sometimes I'm like, I think there's sometimes like there's truth to them, because, it's like, oh, you'll never be ready for whatever, love. You'll never really be ready to have children. I don't know why I'm tongue twisting. You'll never really be ready to do X, Y, Z. And I guess I don't want to say it like that, because I just like being different. So that's why I'm saying nervous and ready. That's basically my version of saying you'll maybe never fully feel ready. Or hold on. I might be like, let me backtrack a little. Because I feel ready. I'm saying I feel ready. But I guess to me, or hold on, what does ready mean to you? I want you to think about that for a second before I say what I think it is. What does ready mean? Because I guess I always thought ready meant you have no reservations. You have no fear. You 100% feel like you can do everything it takes to do the thing. Yeah, I think that was what I always thought ready meant. Now I'm wondering, ready could really just mean that you have that little thing in you that's sparking up and you're feeling that readiness. Like, I don't think it needs to be 100%. I think it needs to just be like you have this knowing that you're ready to take that first step. And yeah, I'm feeling it, man. And I really hope you are too. If not, that's okay. But I do have to say, I think I'm always going to be the girl that's just going to like challenge you. But in the same breath, like, I really want to be gentle towards people in my life and listeners that aren't ready for, whatever it is, or something maybe I even believe that they can do. Because I know I was that girl for a while, honestly. Where like, man, like people in my life just like wanted me to be ready for something that I just wasn't, or wanted me to be something that I wasn't. So I just want to like, full disclaimer, I hope you guys know that, and I'm going to make it known now. I never want to try to like make you feel like you need to be something you're not. The whole point of this podcast, or like a big majority of it, is like I want my words to just encourage you to be who you are. And who you are is not going to be who I am. And who I am is not going to be who you are. I do struggle, I think, in that area. And I think we all do to an extent. Just like, I mean, differences. Differences are hard. And that's why there's so much like division in the world, right? Like, we just can't seem to like just get that part right. Just let people be who they are. I guess more in like maybe a political sense I was thinking just now, but I definitely do it in my personal life. And I've been working on it for a while now. But there's always room to grow for sure. I think 2024 has a lot of potential. And I think that you have a lot of potential. I feel really good about this episode because I think this is like, it's going where I've been wanting it to go. You know, the first few episodes, like, I just kind of wanted you guys to like, just like get to know me. And I know that I was talking a lot about myself, and I think that's normal for the first couple episodes, but I'm not only doing this podcast for myself, I'm doing it for whoever decides to listen. Because I have like grown a lot and learned a lot through my life, and I love being able to encourage people to be who they are. I also really, really, really want to start bringing guests on. I just really got to figure out like the logistics there, because I do have such a small apartment that's like, should I do it here? Okay, if I don't do it here, then where do I do it? Where they are? But what if they don't have the space? Okay, can we do it somewhere public? But then what about sound and noise around you? Like, there's a lot to think about there. But I know that like that is like one of the main purposes I wanted to do this. Like I really, really wanted and I'm going to bring people on who have walked through life with me, or people who inspire me. Some I know and some I don't. Some I kind of know, some I don't know at all. Like I have a vision for that, and I can't wait till it all like pans out. Maybe I'll have to wait till I get a new apartment, which should be sometime soon. I'm not sure. But yeah. Okay. I'm going to take a sip of my smoothie again so I don't like feel super lightheaded. Okay, so like I said earlier, I did my nail guy just texted me Happy New Year. I did prepare myself a little bit in the sense of like throughout the week I've been kind of like just like my wheels have been turning about things I want to maybe talk about on the pod. And so now when I think of something, I just like type it in my notes really quick. However, I was walking this morning on the boardwalk and I was like, okay, let me look at the notes I took. Just take a peek at them so I know like when I get in front of the camera, like what to talk about. And I'm like reading them and I'm like, what was I talking about? Like I didn't expand enough. So what, like just a couple of them, I'm like, I don't even know what I meant by that. So, but yeah. I also am like wondering like if there has to be some sort of like, I mean, I know I can do whatever I want, but I guess just like thinking about the podcast world, like does there have to be some sort of order or reason like as to why I'm talking about things? Because like mostly I'm just like either out and about and I observe something. That's actually usually what it is. I observe something and then I'm like, oh man, I wonder if other people think that or things like that. Should I just like, I don't know, just say all the random things? I guess so. One thing that I really want to start doing, this is for sure, like going to be every episode now. I want to do segments. And I think I made a joke, honestly, in the first and second episode about like an ASMR segment. I think I actually really want to start doing that. I just think it'd be fun. And I know a lot of people like ASMR. I had mentioned that I don't really like listening to it. Okay, wait. I don't really like listening to like people's ASMR. My Alexa just freaking gave me a notification, whatever. Yeah, I don't really like hearing people like whisper, but there are other I think ASMR type stuff that like those satisfying videos and stuff, like some of them get me. Some of them I'm like some of them make me feel so like cringy and like almost anxious, and then some of them I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's like scratching that itch. And there's one, I think she's called the Wood Soup Girl. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna think I'm so weird. I don't even care. I like freaking love that. She literally just it's gonna sound so crazy coming out of my mouth. She puts water in a bowl, in a wooden bowl, and then she puts all these like wooden pieces in the water. And then she uses like a wooden spoon and she like gently like scrapes the wood and like the wooden pieces and in the water, so it's like water sound with the wood. Oh my gosh, I'm serious, I could watch it for a while. It's really weird. But anyway, with that being said, comment down below some things I should like do for ASMR. Like, yeah, I'll do whatever. Or not whatever. I'm just saying like I'll do, just give me some like ideas. what kind of ASMR should I do? Should I like read something, or should I do like opening something, or I don't know. I just feel like it'd be fun. We'll see. We'll see if the listeners like it or not. A segment that I really for sure also want to start doing. It just came to me the other day. I want to call it. Hold on, let me make sure I have this. I want to call it "Am I the Only One" segment, because there are things that I like do, experience, see, like over and over, and I'm like, dude, am I the only one that experiences this thing, like the same thing over and over? So this one I'm gonna say, and I don't think people. I don't know. I'm not sure if people are gonna like feel the same way. Hold on, let me take a sip of my smoothie. Okay, so am I the only one who's never satisfied with like my nails when I get them done? I have like this weird thing. I don't know what's going on, but I noticed. Like I thought it was like just a few times it happened, but then I was like, oh, like it happens every time. Like every time. It's really bizarre. Like I will look at other people's nails and be like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I literally want that exact thing. And then I'll show a picture to like my nail guy and he'll do it. And he's honestly bomb. Like he's so good. But then I just feel like it doesn't look good on me. Like it's so bizarre. I'm like, he literally did exactly what I asked for. But why do I feel like it looks dumb? Like it's not even him. It's me. I don't know. It's bizarre. Yeah, it's so weird. Like I want, like there's like specific shapes that I see on other people that I'm like, that's the one. I want that. And then I feel like he'll do it, but it just doesn't come out. Like I'm thinking at this point, it's just like the shape of my nails. Obviously everyone's nail bed is like different. So I'm like, okay, I just want somebody else's nail bed. So how do we do that? But yeah, so funny. But that brings me to another point that I did want to talk about today. So I'm happy. I'm over my nails, guys. Yeah, I'm over them. I go through phases. And that's the other thing too about never being satisfied with them, that I'm like, why do I keep trying then? Like just take them off. Like why don't I just take them off? Like it's a weird thing. It's like it's almost like I don't know if this is a good comparison, but I'm going to do it because this is also something that's been in my mind lately. You know how they say they, in quotations, they, like you're always chasing like that first high of like whatever it is. Like it doesn't even have to be a drug necessarily. Could be love, you know? I'm wondering if it's like a weird thing like that where it's like, because I have had a few nail sets that I'm like, obsessed, love, nothing about it that I don't like. So it's like I feel like I'm always just trying to get back to that. I don't know, it's a weird thing lately. So with that being said, yeah, I'm taking them off. Done. You hear them? Won't hear them next week. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if I'm like actually like completely taking them off or just like cutting them down because they're very long right now and I'm getting to the point where it's like hard to do things. So I'm deciding if I should keep them on and just go like super short or like take them off. I might start by just going short and then maybe like ease into taking them off. Yeah, there's been something about like natural things and a natural look that I've been really drawn to recently. And if you are watching, you may or may not have noticed I took my nose ring out. That's a really crazy thing because I've had my nose ring in since I was 16 and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm 32 and that's a long freaking time. And I never thought I would take it out, honestly. I was like, no, like I'm going to be that like mom, grandma, like with the nose ring. I just always felt like myself with it and like really pretty with it, I guess, or like prettier, not really pretty. I just felt like, I don't know, I almost felt like it like made me look prettier. And literally the other night I was changing it out, like changing my nose ring, and I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror when it was out, and I was like, I felt beautiful. Like I like literally was like blown away. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, do I like myself without my nose ring now? Like, that's huge. And I was gonna sit on it and wait and just like keep it in and like then make the decision. But I was like, you know what? No. I was like, I'm literally I'm keeping it out. And I haven't even looked back since. And it was only a few days ago. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, this feels like me now. And I love when things like that happen. I love when like, there's just like a way that you've been doing something for so long that you're like, this is me. Like, I will never, like, I'm never going to change that. Like, whether it's good or bad, doesn't even matter. I just mean like, no, like that's the way I wear my hair. Like, that's the way I do it. Like, that's the color I dye it. Like, I will never not do that. And I think when you're on that like journey of like just like healing and growing and evolving, there are certain things along the way that you're like, oh, I don't super like feel connected to that as I used to. Like, I was connected to that. And yeah, for me it was the nose ring, and it happened the other day, and I'm so excited about it because I think, yeah, it was just like one of those things that I had an attachment to, thinking it made, I don't know, like it elevated me or something, like maybe cooler and this and that. And I had my fun with it. And even for the podcast, I was like, oh, like I'm going to change it out every week. Like for those who watch that would see. And now I'm like, oh, no, like, nope, no more. So yeah, very excited about that. I guess I'm in my natural girl era. I feel like I go in and out of it a little bit, but that was definitely like a big thing. Let me see what else I had on my notes to talk about. I like that everything's just like flowing though right now. That's my fave. Okay, no, sorry. Let me just see right here. Okay. Oh, so I realized that this happens to me sometimes. I want to do like this thing, right? Like I'm doing this podcast, or when I first started posting like more fashion kind of things on Instagram, it's like, okay, I want to do these things, and I do them. I start doing them, and luckily, like I get really good feedback. And then like feedback on Instagram, by the way, like on the internet. Okay. And then I'll be with like people in person, and they'll bring something up about what I posted or what I wore for one of the videos, or something I said in the podcast, and like it makes me feel so awkward. I'm like, why? Like when I post this podcast out to like really the world, why do I forget that people are gonna listen? Like, I have to expect that people are gonna be like, oh yeah, that thing you said. But it's funny because sometimes I literally don't even remember what I said on this thing. Like, dead serious. I think I posted both of those, like I published both of those videos, 1 and 2, with like barely like watching back the video, because it's like, it's a lot like of time to edit, and like, so sometimes I hadn't watched the whole thing through. But then like a few days later, I'll just like, once it's like published, I'll kind of just like pop it in my ear and like do something around the house and just like listen, make sure I don't sound crazy. But yeah, it's always like that weird, like, like, oh yeah, someone's gonna like possibly say something about what I said. So it's definitely a weird feeling, and Maybe some of you know what that feels like, but I don't know. Yeah, it's not as like cool, I think, as it probably like comes off. Like, like, not that I'm getting noticed. It's literally like my friends. I'm talking about my friends, but I'm thinking about like, yeah, like influencers or little like local celebrities and stuff that get like noticed. Like, you think probably that it's such a cool feeling, but really they might be feeling really awkward about it. So that was just an interesting thing that I noticed, that I feel a little awkward with like compliments or when someone wants to like have a conversation about something I said in the podcast or on Instagram or whatever. But I have to be open to it because I'm doing this. Like, I'm putting it out there. So I'm aware of that and I'm open to it. And I'm sure it'll get easier and feel less awkward. Okay, since the season is pretty much ending, like the holiday season, let's talk about Hallmark movies. Okay, guys? What the heck? Because what's up with them? Like, I don't get it. And I don't think I like it. And I know people who like love it. And don't get me wrong, like me and Linda have been watching them a lot lately, but we end up just talking through it anyway. But why are they so corny? And do we think that that's just like their niche? Like, they do it on purpose, right? Can we all agree on that? Like, I really hope that's not just something that I think. Well, I know that we all know that it's corny, but my point is like, we don't think it's corny on accident, right? We think it's corny on purpose. It is. I'm going to say it, and that's it. Because there's absolutely no way that people can act that bad and get hired for a movie. No. I will not accept it. And, like, that's it. Because what? No. No. I just think, like, they're all in on it, right? Like, let's hire like the worst actors and actresses and make every storyline the same and extremely unrealistic, right? Yeah. Okay. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'm honestly curious, and I love the freaking people who make fun of that, like make fun of the Hallmark movies on Instagram. Oh my gosh, there's been a guy that I'm seeing and it's so freaking funny. I want to explain a video right now, but I don't think you guys would laugh because it's like explaining a meme, and it'll give you guys the ick. It'll give me the ick if I do that, so I'm not gonna. But yeah, that's that. Another funny thing that I do, and this might be my last story for the day. Sorry. So the other day, I looked in the mirror and I saw a tiny gray hair coming out of my head. And I was shocked to my core. And I plucked it out. And then I remembered that I have found that gray hair like multiple times. But every time I find it, it feels like it's the first time I'm finding it. And I'm shocked every single time. It's so stupid. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, literally every time I'm like, oh, I found my first gray. Oh my gosh. Like, it's not the first time. I just found that really funny of me to do. It's a very G thing to do, I feel like. Super silly and ridiculous. But, like, I feel like I'm, like, kind of seriously thinking it's the first time. Like, some weird shit. Anywho, that's kind of it, guys. I think I've been going for, like, 45 minutes, which potentially is the longest. I don't remember. The first one might have been 45. And then the second one was like super short, but I also like messed up because my camera died and all that jazz. So hopefully this one was more smooth, and that it'll just keep getting better and better. And I'll just keep learning and getting better at this thing and have interesting things to talk about that you guys want to hear. I don't want to be boring, and definitely looking forward to having guests on. And I keep like trying to think like, who do I want my first guest to be? Like, that's a big thing. So got to make that decision, and just hoping and praying. And if you guys could hope and pray with me that like I can just stay strong doing this. Like I said, I'm starting a new job, so I think it might get a little harder to stay consistent with, but that's why I did the video today, even when I didn't feel like it, because it's kind of the only time I can do it, because I got to edit and all that jazz and put it out by Thursday. So I'm finding ways. I'm doing it. And I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of you. And thank you for listening. And I think that's it. Until next time.